I just want to start with the question that recently India-Pakistan conflict and post-India-Pakistan conflict, there are so many things, and it's a ceasefire time now. But do you think this conflict can escalate? The situation can get worse in near future?
Well, and if you look at the history of India-Pakistan relations, there is a pattern that when things get really bad with a serious crisis or indeed a war, that you do sometimes see a period of calm. And if we look at the last serious crisis between India and Pakistan in 2009, when you had the Pulwama Balakot crisis, 2 years after that crisis, India and Pakistan came together and they signed a new truce, a new LOC truce in 2021. So I think that suggests that perhaps there's a possibility for the relationship to improve, but I would actually argue that these past historical patterns may not apply in this case. And one reason for that is that the conflict that India and Pakistan were involved in last month was especially serious. I would describe it as the most hostilities we've seen between India and Pakistan since their war in 1971. And when you have such a serious conflict with such high levels of escalation, it takes a long time to walk that back. So that's one reason why I think it'll be difficult to de-escalate. The second reason is the fact that you had so many steps taken by India during the early days of the crisis that were punitive in nature. They were not military steps. They were non-military, things like suspending the Indus Waters Treaty, shutting down the only open land border, and cutting off all trade with Pakistan. That really limits the scope for diplomatic space for India and Pakistan to engage in any type of dialogue. So I do think that even though there is a ceasefire in place, and I do think the ceasefire will hold, in terms of diplomacy and relations on the whole, I think it's going to be very difficult to reduce tensions and return things to a bit of a more normal place for the relationship. I think the tensions will last for